From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Oh boy, it is hot, it is dry. We mentioned that closer to the top of our newscast, but to give you an idea of what's going on, we're kind of taking 30-day segments and kind of giving you an idea of what it's like, but this is the driest 30-day segment or stretch in 100 years. That is really saying something. So again, it is statistically a big deal. And we've only had 2/100ths of an inch of rain in that 30 days in Tulsa. Some areas have had a little bit more, so you might have been a little bit more fortunate, but not many. And then last year, in comparison, we had 11 inches during the same period. Amazing, isn't it? 1 year difference, still the same time of year and all that. Well, that drought pattern, you can see there's a lot of goose eggs up here. Only a few areas to the north and to the northeast has had some rain, and then to the south and southeast we've had a few isolated storms. Oklahoma City had 1.2 inches. A lot of that was with a major storm and wind damage that happened last Friday, I think it was. And so as we look across the state, it's weird when you see the western and northwestern part of the state being wetter than the eastern part of the state, all the way to the southeast. I mean, it's just upside down. That's all La Nina. And we talked about how radical the weather is. The drought monitor from this past week was showing an enhancement across southeastern Oklahoma and northeastern Oklahoma. That now is expanding, is going to continue to close because we don't have any really additional rain coming. We don't get an update until Thursday, but that'll be pretty much all the information that came through today and tomorrow, and then we'll get that on Thursday. As we look to the next 10 days, this is where the chances of rain might be a little bit. But again, this is some serious stuff going on right now for a lot of folks. And our extended forecast, taking us almost all the way to the end of July, is still looking drier than normal. And that is not what you want to hear in July or August. But that's what we have in July. And this definitely we don't want to see because it's just too doggone hot. And that's an early start, and that was our biggest problem. So that's what we're dealing with. Tonight, it's not so bad. It's only a 93 heat index. We're looking at a very light southeast wind. As I mentioned a little bit ago, the ozone, we exceeded that today in our central location. There just wasn't enough air to disperse it. We're down to 79 right now in Bixby, still hanging on to 88 over toward the Catoosa area and 87 down in Glenpool. Much of the area in the 80s. Notice how Stillwater's sticking out at 91 with 89 in Norman and then 90 in McAllister. And you guys, tomorrow in southeast Oklahoma are not going to be picking up the cooler air, a little bit cooler air. So we do have heat advisories for tomorrow afternoon. If you're south of I-40, it's still one hot afternoon. To get there, though, that boundary is going to continue to move south. There could be an isolated shower or two across the northern part. And again, that's about it. During the afternoon, the boundary's pushing through, but the real hot air is still stuck in the south, and our temperatures are not going to be as bad from north to south. Isolated sprinkle as we go into early Wednesday morning, mainly south and west. We'll be in the 60s to near 70. In the afternoon, we'll be generally in the 90s. And then it's just plain hot after that, as we're talking about near 100 as we go into Thursday, Friday, and I mean, it's just hot. That's all I can say. So forecast looks like this, 75, nice to get us going in the morning, and a little bit lower humidity, if you can call 75 nice. Nearing 90 by noontime, it's warm. It's basically hot in the afternoon, but not as hot. And so that's not so bad. Our temperatures are anticipated, though, to be triple digit. And the biggest problem right now is the lack of rain. All you see is a bunch of sun. It's even going to be hard to find a cloud around the area, and very, very hot next week. All right, that's a look at 9-Day Planner. We will be right back with sports coming up.